adding on another level to our liberal arts college, a beautiful new aquatic center, home of the Spartans, and finally finishing up the last area in Thornton Heights, the last residential area. We don't have the demand yet, but it is here, it is zoned, it is ready for people to move in, and we have this cool walking park, this walking trail that if I lived in this city, I would use all the time. In the game, don't know how much it'll be used if we're being honest with each other, because we don't have gazebos and parks and things for people to actually go and do. However, this park is super, super, super cool. In the real world, it would be very, very, very popular, especially with this super dangerous, unfenced lookout where you get to look over all of the ants that walk around in your city. But guys, let's get into the meat and the potatoes. Okay, we're back in Georgian Bay, and we're going to be officially, hopefully if I don't, if I don't get sidetracked, we're gonna be finishing off Thornton Heights, and I'm excited. I am excited about this. So, a few things that we're gonna do today. One, this will most likely reach level 4, which is super exciting, because then we can add another school over here, hopefully. Actually, maybe that comes at level 5. But we are going to be spending, until that gets to level 4, just a little bit of time in completing this area down here. So this will be the end of our low residential in Thornton Heights, or our like richy rich neighborhood. You know what I'm talking about? This is like our little bit high density area right here. It's looking really, really nice. These are all level 4. They're not going to level 5 because we have the high-rise ban, which is amazing, and it makes this area look so much nicer. I actually don't like high-rises in this game. I thought I did, but it just turns out to be awful. And it's because you get those Star Wars buildings, which I just hate. Here's a Star Wars building, for example. This looks like it's from Andor. Like, why do we have those? These look just much more realistic. Yeah, anyway, I'm getting sidetracked already. Oh my God, it's only been a few minutes. So really what we're just gonna do right now is, we're gonna continue this little grid that we got going on and just send them out. So how we're gonna do this is we'll probably send it out to about here, same with here, and then this is when it starts to kind of curve in. So at these points we're gonna have our roads kind of come in here. Nothing too crazy. You know how it is in these areas. Kind of bring it in just like that. Awesome. And then we can send this road. We can actually take this node out, and this will obviously be super fast, but you know, just for sake, and we'll send that down. Perfect. We can take one of these roads. Let's do right here, say, and then we'll send this at a 90 in, or as close to a 90 as possible. An 89.9, not a 90, not to be confused with a 90. And then before we set up houses over here, because we don't really have any residential demand, right? So let's look at our traffic flow, make sure it's looking good still, because we were having some issues in the last episode. We're at 85%. That's awesome. Absolutely love to see it. We do have quite a bit of industry demand. Now, what I think we're going to do is actually, we're going to take out some of our residential like homes over here, or like apartment buildings, and change them out for office zones. And the reason for that is just we have an insane industry demand over here. And instead of adding that in this direction, we can add it in here. So let's look at our noise pollution and see what's going on. So there's a few areas right here. So I think what we're gonna do, actually, I like this idea. So let's come into our zoning and let's look. So we have these little tiny pockets of, what is this called? Of commercial zoning, right? So I think what we're gonna do, we have some right close to each other right here. So what we're actually gonna do is literally just take these out, right like that, and then replace this commercial. So let's actually destroy these buildings. We don't need them anymore. And then these will grow, hopefully a 4x4. Yeah, that's a 4x4. That should hopefully grow a 4x4 commercial as well. And then around this, we're gonna put offices, because these commercial buildings are super loud. And we were already seeing a little bit of noise pollution. Like here, you can notice some right there. We're already seeing some noise pollution. And if we put office around the commercial, it'll just kind of close that noise pollution up, right? So we can come into our offices and we can do that. And it's a shame because these are already high level buildings. Hopefully that doesn't destroy this building. Maybe it will. Cool, perfect, just like that. This building right here is getting quite a bit of pollution, so we're actually gonna take this out, change that out right there. And then we're gonna look for other areas that we can do the same thing here, right? See, this got super loud, and then we have offices around it, and that should hopefully fix the problem around here. Let's come into our zoning really quickly, and I just wanna take out these buildings. and I want them to turn into offices. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That's a 4. This is a bigger one. Oh, it's because of the path. That's fair. That's fine then. Perfect. And then I do want to come into our zoning, and I want to see if there's another area that we can kind of do this in. Well, we can let this grow out and see if that actually fixes the problem first. I mean, we need quite a bit of demand. We'll do that for now, and then we'll settle this in, and then we'll go from there. Perfect. So let's see, how are our hospitals? Hospitals are pretty good. We could probably use a medical clinic. So I think that's what we'll do over here, because this will be a little bit more of like a low density area. And I kind of like that, to be honest with you. So let's put a medical clinic. Let's put one over here. Let's put one right here. May not be the best spot because it's not right beside a collector. However, it's right in the middle of everything. So I think that that's fine. We actually don't have a medical clinic over here either. Let's look at our crematoriums. We have 1, 2, 3. We could add one more right beside the medical clinic. I think that could make sense. Let's look at our fire. We have one firehouse over here, one up here. Let's add a small one. We could even make this little road right here kind of like a city services area. Let's look at our police. Let's do the same thing. Let's add a police station right there. Let's look at schools. We can definitely add an elementary school. We'll put that right there. High school. Should we do the same thing? We may not need to do high school, actually. We don't even need an elementary school. Now let's come in to move it and move these things around. So we'll bring the fire right here. We'll bring the police right here. These make sense. And then we have this school. So we're going to put our school here. And then what I actually am going to do is we're going to come into our parking. And we're going to add just a little bit of parking right here. Come into our node controller, add a node and a crossing right here. So now you can kind of park over here, go to school, go over here, whatever you want to do in your life, and you're good to go there. That should be everything. Garbage is okay over here. Water's okay. That's cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And we do have, I love that these are parks, right? The entertainment value, kind of hilarious. It's not as high as a basketball court, obviously, but that's okay. And then we're gonna add a dog park because those are quite fun, because we don't actually have any parks for a while. So yeah, let's add a dog park. And we can even add one like right here. So now, before I want to see, okay, we're good for power. We are good for power. Now, before we do anything, I think we're gonna have this road link up right over here. So we're gonna come into our network multi-tool, go into create curve mode, and we're gonna grab this here. And then that right there. Perfect. We're just going to create a nice, gentle little curve. That's perfect. That is literally exactly what I wanted to do. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. That can't be right. Perfect. Then actually, really quickly, we're going to disable zoning on this road. We really don't need. And let's actually disable it all the way. Cool, cool, cool. We won't add any zoning in some of these areas, right? Like right here. Obviously, we're not going to add zoning there, but it's just kind of nice to have it here. I kind of want to bring this here. We're actually going to leave it the way that it was. We don't need to be tinkering. And then let's just come in here and let's zone this up. Actually, we can't do that yet. We have to add paths. Let's add some paths first and foremost. Cool, cool. And now let's add some zoning over here. So now we can do it. Just gonna do basic zoning for now. Let these commercial buildings kind of come in. We'll leave away the ones. Perfect. Cool, cool, cool. And I would like, ideally, this kind of comes around and it jumps power all the way through. So if we add like a little bit of that, you know, this will jump power over here, and then we could add one like right there. And hopefully this kind of, again, jumps power all the way through. Now we could add some offices over here as well, because we do need offices. We need more. These buildings over here are almost level 3 already. That's how badly we need offices, which is kind of crazy. The only thing is I don't want to put offices in this residential area over here, right? So I think we're gonna, what we kind of did in the very beginning was like create a targeted area for offices. I think we do something similar. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. So we can actually do that. Where should we put it? I think we put it like right over here. Perfect. And then let's actually just take out all these buildings and we'll let them regrow. Yeah, that works out perfect. And hopefully that helps a little bit. I don't know if it will. I think it will. I just want to see a little bit of demand over here. Honestly, that's about it. Let's look, make sure. Okay, so this road does not, or this does not need to be here. So let's take this out. That does. And then we can just jump the power right over here. And this is actually fine. Oh, that actually jumps right there. Doesn't matter. Actually, yeah, you're right. It doesn't. I'm right. Cool. And what we might actually do, let's see. I think what we could do is send this over. And then we don't need this. And then we can come into our paths actually, and we can kind of make these look, or not nicer, but like connect these up. Cool. Cool, that makes sense to me. Awesome, and now we can come in here and we can just zone this, just finish the zoning over here. Honestly, we might put a little bit of office around this actually. Oh, this is commercial. We'll see how this looks. We don't have to do this. If we don't like the way that this looks, we can take it out. The real reason I wanted to do that was just to create a little bit of buffer around the ferry, right? The ferry's not greatest place ever, and I wouldn't want to live right beside a ferry. So if we put a little bit of office beside it, then maybe it can kind of break that up. We're gonna look at it after it develops to see if it makes sense, but I think it will. All right, so while this grows out, we actually reached level 4. Which is super exciting. We got our 2 academic works. We need a lot more students and we need a lot more campus attractiveness. All right, so let's get to building this level 4. Let's see what kind of new buildings we have for Thornton Academy of the Arts. Oh, this is a university. What is this? Varsity sports. Cool. And then museums, true. Okay, cool. I don't know why. I get a little bit off topic. It's fine. Okay, so here we have our commencement office. Then we have the liberal arts academic statue. I believe we have this somewhere, don't we? Maybe we don't. The auditorium. We don't have the auditorium. And we don't have the laboratories. And then we have a bookstore. Cool. The School of Economics is level 5. That's fine. We still have a bit to go for that, so I'm not worried. So we should have these 4 items right here. Yes, I said I wanted to make one of these. This is the statue. Oh, okay, so we already have this, that's fine. Oh, I wanted to make one of these the statue number 2. That makes sense. Okay, so we have these 3 buildings. We have the auditorium, we have the laboratories, and we have the bookstore. That makes sense. That is cool. So let's see how big these buildings are. One there. Cool. So I think what we're gonna do is we'll put one of them. Firstly, we have to extend this area right here, our Thornton Heights Academy of the Arts. We have to extend this out. I'm gonna bring it to here for now, and then maybe we'll change it afterwards. Thornton Academy of the Arts. Such a prestigious little name. Okay, so I think we're gonna place the auditorium right here. So here are our 3 dormitories. And then we have our auditorium, and then this guy is the laboratory, and then this is the bookstore. So these are our 2 schools. We have our environmental studies, and we have our School of Education. So our bookstore should probably be pretty close to the front, because I think that would make sense. So if you put our bookstore right here, this is right beside our dormitories. This one's a little bit farther away, but this is like not cool dormitory. These are the cool dormitories. So our bookstore close here and close to the front. That way, if you're a student and you live in this area, then the idea is that you could easily go to the bookstore because that's super close. The laboratory, on the other hand, the laboratory should probably be closer to the 2 schools. And if we have another school, the School of Economics, so we don't need our laboratory beside the School of Economics, obviously. However, we'll put it a little bit closer. So our laboratory should be near here. So I think we place that right here. And then we have this auditorium. And I actually think that we should put the auditorium, maybe we move it afterwards, because I'm thinking, where are we going to put the School of Economics? I wish I could see how big it is. Maybe we place it, actually, maybe what we do, we place the School of Economics right here in this area. So let's actually grab these paths. Let's think about this for a moment. Let's send this path out about 20 units. We'll do the same thing here and we'll link these up. Cool. And hopefully we can put the School of Economics right in here. We can move around some of these paths. I'm not too worried about that. So now let's see. Knowing this, we can put the auditorium. What is this guy? The laboratories. I think we actually put the laboratory up here. I think we put it right here. This is where the school, that one school will go. And now we have the bookstore, or the bookstore's already placed. Perfect. And then we have the auditorium. And I think what we'll do with the auditorium is, I think we put the auditorium down here, to be honest with you. So first we're going to grab this path right here and send it out to about here. Cool, cool, cool. And now we'll put this right about here. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We'll come in to move it, and we'll move this just about there. We'll grab this path using our picker mod. We'll come around. Cool, cool, cool. Just like that. And then we can even send this out as well. Actually, we can bring it on this side. Yeah, let's do that. That makes sense. I know it's kind of square over here, like, or rectangle-y, you know, like right angles and all that kind of stuff, but I think it makes sense. We'll turn off our road guidelines for this. And now let's add some water pipes. We're going to put that there. We'll keep them under the ground right now, but we may move things around. Perfect. And I know we're going to place this building right here, so I'm just going to add that water pipe right there for now. And now we have this open. What I will do though, is we're actually going to take this out. And maybe what we do is we send this out just like that. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And actually, let's actually do this. I like to grab this, put this here, and now bring the auditorium a wee bit closer. Let's actually, this bookstore, I like that it's facing right here just in case somebody needs to go in. However, I'm thinking, let's actually move it just like that. Yeah, I think that makes a little bit more sense because then we can take these out as well. Oh, I didn't mean to do that though. We can grab this road and we can send this path right along the back, just like we did over there. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And now it's just a little bit more condensed. There are a lot of these straight line roads, but I think that's okay, honestly. If you look in here, you know, it kind of makes sense. It's very rigid for a liberal arts school. This looks like what the trade school would be. But if we're trying to like fit things in, I think it makes sense. I don't know, we'll see. Let me know what you think. If you think that it should be a little bit more fluid when we have all of our buildings, maybe we can rearrange things so that it looks a little bit cooler. That actually might be what we do once we reach level 5. We're still very far away. We need a lot of campus attractiveness. So I think what we could do over here actually is let's add varsity sport, Academy of the Arts. Let's see. They would definitely have an aquatic center. Basketball, football, baseball, track, and aquatics. They definitely would have an aquatic center. So let's see. I think what we could do is have a road that kind of comes off this road right here and nothing crazy. We'll send it out to about here. And actually let's do right here. Send it out about here, and this is where we will put our aquatics center. So we'll put it up thinking, actually, maybe we send this out to about here, and now we put the aquatics in. Yeah, we'll put that about here, and this might be loud. Let's see, is it very loud? It is, but it's kind of blocked by this road. So I think that's, honestly, I think that'll be fine. Cool, cool, cool. And then maybe we actually just take this road, and we come in, what is this, 7? Yeah, I think that looks kind of nice. And then what we'll do is we're going to bring this road or this aquatic center back. And then we're going to create just a small little parking lot using our mods, our beautiful, beautiful, beautiful mods. And I don't think it's going to be too large because I know that I overdo parking all the time. Perfect. And then we'll pull this out just about there. Perfect. And then this one's a little bit easier. Cool, cool, cool. And now let's add some parking over here. Well, actually, let's actually bring this in here. Look at it. It doesn't have electricity. That's fine. What we can do over here is it'd be cool to add some offices along here. But what we could do is maybe add some commercial and some offices. So we'll do an office on the corner and then we'll do some commercial over here as well. But I do want to take this road, and honestly this one as well, and we're going to upgrade it to have no zoning on it, and the same with this one right here. No zoning all the way across. So now any zoning will just be on this road right here, and then this collector right here. And this should jump power. Awesome. We have our water over here. Let's actually put it in ourselves, because even though it does exist, it's based off of this road that actually doesn't even come in anymore. Cool, cool, cool. And then we can add it all the way down here, which I think would make sense, right? It'd be pretty busy. And then we can have some more offices over here as well. Let's do about here for now. We'll see what we do with it. Now let's come back into our roads and let's finish off this parking lot. So I want to take out these parking spaces, and I think we're gonna have to get a little bit creative with that. So we're gonna come into move it. We're gonna go toggle snapping. Sorry, no, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna go single selection, marquee selection. That's what I'm looking for. Buildings, we'll take out buildings. I believe these are props. So we'll take out node surfaces, decals. These are not props. These are buildings. We're gonna hover over all of these. We're going to bulldoze them all. I'm a genius. Oh my God. And then we're gonna control R to snap back. Dude, sometimes my wit astounds me. Honest to God. Perfect, perfect. And now we can actually, what we're going to do, we're gonna take this and we're gonna bulldoze that away as well. And then we're gonna come into our node controller and we're gonna bring this in just a little bit like this. And it's not 100% perfect over here, but that's because we have a lot of these as well. So let's actually see if there is a way to make this 100% perfect. Perfect. There we go. We did it. We're just playing around a little bit with awesome. Yeah, just playing around a little bit with how many of these handicap spots. It seems like 4 works, so 2 would probably work as well. I imagine that's how the sizes work. 4 is the same. Yeah, because these are different sizes, right? If you look. Oh, so 4 is the same. 1, 2. 4 is the same as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not really. I don't know what the exact calculation is. But all right, so let's press play. Let's let this grow out a bit. We do need water over here. That makes sense. Let's send this out. We don't need to do this, but I'm doing it just because. Cool. So I don't think that's actually going to up the campus attractiveness at all, to be honest with you. However, what it will do is if we win things, then it will bring the campus attractiveness level up. So let's look. We need a team color. Let's do the Spartans. That's cool. And the red Spartans, obviously, because Spartans are red. And then we're going to, what is this? So this is ticket prices. This is cheerleading budget. We're gonna up that all the way to 500. And then this is coaching staff. And we're gonna up that all the way up to 25. So we're spending a bunch of money on this school, but the aquatic center, but our tuition fees are super, super high. Anyway, we're making a bunch of money and we're not like losing a lot. So we are losing a little bit from school, but that's okay. If we start to dip below like an average of, you know, a surplus, then we'll come in here and we may change things up. But as we start winning games over here, it's gonna, the ticket prices, all that kind of stuff, it kind of works in tandem there. And if we want to add more sports, now we do have room over here as well. So really quickly, what I'm going to do is we're going to just landscape this area just a tiny bit. Perfect, there's already landscaping over here, and we'll just add a few trees. Just like that. Perfect. So the noise pollution is here. We need to take this out because this is actually supposed to be an office building, which is really weird. These are all residential. Oh, these are supposed to be residential. These are supposed to be office buildings. So it's very strange to me. Yeah, this is supposed to be an office building. Very, very weird. So let's take these out. You're not supposed to be there. Honestly, a lot of these buildings aren't supposed to be here. It's weird that when you change the zoning, it doesn't just automatically fix itself, but whatever, I suppose. Okay, so Thornton Heights is pretty much done now. What we do want to do is I want to extend it a little bit farther. Honestly, down this road as well. This is technically Thornton Heights too. Perfect. Cool. And then we need to bring in this area right here. I'll bring it all the way around. Awesome. Cool, so now Thornton Heights comes down all the way over here. We're going to encompass the school as well. All of this would be Thornton Heights too. Perfect. Wow, kind of wild, eh? What started off as this tiny little town just over here has now grown to be this like big city in this area, which I just think is really, really cool. And it's pretty much done over here too. So our traffic flow is looking really nice in Thornton Heights. This does need to build out, obviously. We're not quite at level 5 yet. When we get there, then we can finish this this school area out. And then we have Holly Hills over here as well, which has been chilling for a while. One fix that I did want to make over here before we go is these. I don't know why I chose 2-lane roads, like just regular roads. It doesn't really make any sense to me because these should be highway roads. So we're gonna upgrade these to be highway roads. And that makes sense over here, honestly. The one thing that we will do, oh, these are already slow, cool. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to make those highway roads. I don't know why they weren't. Maybe it was a safety thing that we've just ruined, but I think that makes a lot more sense over here. Yeah, so now we're just waiting for this to build out. So these buildings that have noise pollution, funny enough, these are all residential, which is hilarious. So no wonder we're seeing an issue with noise pollution, or sorry, with industry, because we have a bunch of buildings that should be industry buildings, but they're not. So this should help a little bit. And I think this will also, no, it won't, because these aren't IT. So we're gonna let this grow for just a minute, and then we'll come back, and hopefully that should resolve some of these issues over here. And while we're growing this out, we're just gonna come in here, and this area is a park over here. So we're gonna go back down to 1, and this is the last thing that we're gonna do in this area, and then it's completed. We are going to build out this park. We're not gonna do anything crazy over here. So this park over here, we're gonna make this a city park. And you might think that this would do better as a nature reserve, but I don't want camping over here because that doesn't really make any sense. So instead, we're just gonna have paths that kind of walk all the way around it. So we're going to, with our roads, just kind of come in here. So the first thing we're going to do is actually upgrade this road to be a 4-lane. All the way up to here. And then from this point, it'll turn back into a 2-lane, and over here, it'll obviously be a 2-lane. But that way we can come into here, and it just makes a little bit more sense because this is gonna be like a northwest collector. We have another one over here. This is one of the only roads that goes all the way through as well. This one goes all the way through. Hey guys, so for whatever reason, OBS just like stopped working while recording the end of this video. As you can tell, my face is frozen in time. It didn't record any of my mic audio or my face cam. Luckily, the game was recorded, so that's what you're seeing now, sped up like 1,000 times, which is really, the best of a worst situation. The rest of the video is really just me creating walnut gardens, or if you have a better name, please put it in the comments. In the game, this park kind of sucks because it has a low entertainment value. In the real world, I think this park would be really, really cool. I would use it like all the time, but games, real life, not really the same. But guys, that is pretty much the end of the video. If you made it this far and you liked the video, like the video. If you loved the video and you're not subscribed, what are you doing, man? Subscribe down below. Let me know in the comment section what you think of Thornton Heights. This is it. This is done. Thornton Heights is completed. If you want, feel free to join the channel. If you want to support a small creator, it is not mandatory. But guys, thank you so much for watching, and peace out.